Hey everybody, how are you? Richard Cameron here. You know that because you're on this page. Yeah. I hope this finds everybody well. Things are storming and going, swirling all around me right now. It just is. We're on a big project, a big international 7-day, let's take this thing up a notch project. And the one thing that I know to be true is that all the people I'm surrounded with, I'm talking about folks that are making, $1 million a year, literally making $1 million a year, to a couple that are making $1 million a month, to some folks that are just getting started and trying to figure out their way in this whole thing. By the way, leave a comment. Yeah, please leave a comment. Smash the share button too. Smash it. This is the things that people need to hear, that there are some common things amongst all folks. And it's interesting. The couple of ladies that I met that are making or one guy and one gal making $1 million a month. Another guys that are actually colleagues of mine in USANA Health Sciences that are doing more than that, or not doing more than that. They're making more than $1 million a year. Myself, who's been independent for a long, long time, and a whole host of things. Here's the thing, one thing we all have in common, and it's just amazing. We have 168 hours a week, period. That's it. That's what we got. 168 a week. And what do we do with the time? That's the thing. So I got ultra inspired the other day on a webcast with somebody who's another colleague of mine. Her name is Patty. And Patty spends her time between Cody, Wyoming and Southern California, Newport Beach area, that sort of thing. I'm familiar with both those areas. But anyways, here's the thing. Patty, could have chosen to be a victim of her circumstances. She found herself as a single mom with 6 kids, 3 that she birthed, 3 that make up what she calls her United Nations family. And suddenly she is there, tragedy, doesn't matter. The point being is all right down to the point where you're sleeping on the floor. And she said for things to change, she had to change, and for things to be better, she had to be better. She was introduced to USANA. She knew that the trend of the health and wellness industry was happening, which of course it has, and exploded into multi-trillion-dollar industry, and she's gone out and changed the world for a whole host of people around the world, right? She's done that. So she was asked a question on this webcast. It was absolutely fascinating. She was asked a question. She said, a lot of people in USANA and other companies, in the industry, they reach the point in your life, and income, and it's just self-generating, and it's there, and if you never worked another day in your life, you'd be just fine and stuff like that. And she just looked incredulous. She said, yeah, and what's that got to do with it? Because so many people get into that thing about they're just going to put in their time and retire and die, right? That's the thing. Never really living their life, except just getting through their life. So yeah, she said, no, I have another goal now. I have another objective and that sort of thing. She said, no, I'm out now to increase my income by $500,000. Wow, that's great, Patty, and stuff like that, but there has to be a reason. There has to be a why and stuff. She said, yeah. She says, as you know, I have this United Nations family, and I am such a huge advocate of adoptions. Now, why would I stop doing things that can generate capital where I can turn around and project it into areas of my interest? And that's her deal. She wants to be able to contribute even more and grow and build more to support the adoption of children. I just said, and I just went, wow. That's just right up with another lady that I met the other day who is making additional dollars and putting things together to support the Underground Railroad, right? This whole thing of kids that are into, and maybe not just kids, maybe a little bit older and adolescents and things, but that are being either abducted or taken in through conniving people, right? That into the whole sort of sex slave sort of, environment. Right? You've heard about that, I'm sure. Maybe not. We know what the media does these days. They tamp things down, they cover things up, they do these things, whatever. They're not so much reporters of the news as much as they are just agenda-driven, right? But anyways, that's what's going on, and you know it. I mean, you got to know it. If you think that the CBC or the CTV or the ABC or the Fox or the CBS or the NBC are the be-all and end-all of all knowledge that should come into your brain, you've got some figuring out to do, right? But anyways, so I see this sort of thing, and I say, yeah, that's the whole piece, is that if you develop that 168 hours a week that we have if you decide that you can build and to grow something that you own, that you can control your life with that 168 hours. So here's the question I have to ask you. Straight up question. If you keep doing exactly what you're doing today, where do you see yourself in 4 years? Got it? I don't care if you're approaching retirement. Where do you see yourself in 4 years? I don't know if you've just got out of college. Where do you see yourself in 4 years? Do you own your dash? Do you have control of your health? Do you have control of your money? Do you have control of your time? Are you working on a plan in order to do that? Or are you going to always be directed rather than you direct your dash? That's the question. You might love teaching. That's great. Keep teaching, but don't be dependent on that paycheck, because that way you've got options. You might love drilling teeth. That's great. Don't be dependent, because you're the economic engine of you. That's it. At that point, you're the economic engine. Something happens to you, you got a problem. It's all about developing a machine that you can control your time, you can control your capital, and you can control your behavior to take care of this, and this. That is the paramount, focus really of life. Time, money, and health. You see, if you have control of those things, you have better relationships. You've got time you can put into your kids, into your spouse, right, into your community. If you've got capital, you've got things not only, because it's really tough for a broke person to help a group of broke people, right? I mean, you know that, and I see that a lot. See a lot of people that are out there and they've got really big hearts, but they're not developing themselves to be able to be that engine to make things even bigger with that drive that they have inside of them. So yeah, anyway, share this, because there are things that you can do. I see it all over the place. I am surrounded by it all over the place. I'm not in the business of convincing people, right, that they should be healthy, that they should be wealthy, and they should have time control. I'm not there to convince. I am there to be able to provide an avenue, to be able to guide, provide the mentorship, to be able to go down that road. Maybe it's just one at a time. Maybe it is just one at a time. Maybe people can only wrap their head around, okay, I got to up my energetic state, right? I have to up my state of well-being. Great. That's great. You're at least on a step. Or maybe you're decided that, yeah, I make really good money, but I have no control of my time. Again, as I say, if you're the economic engine of whatever you do, if you are the economic engine of whatever you do, then you have a point of failure for yourself and your family. That is an issue, certainly today, in today's world, in today's life. Because people are running scared that, oh my God, something might happen to my job, or something might happen to me, or something, whatever it is. And I say, something might happen to my business. Develop a business, not just own a job. Have a job, own a job, have a business. 3 distinctly different things. So, that's it. 168 hours a week. That's what we all have in common. What are we doing with it? That's the question. So where are you going to be in 4 years? If you keep doing exactly what you're doing today, where are you going to be in 4 years? All right, that's it from Camp Cameron. Enjoy. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.